I'm Clam, and in today's video I just want to speak briefly about the new mod for the bots, basically Nightmare, called something else in the game, I believe. They want to make a difference, right? The video is on X2 speed, me just doing one bot mod of that. So, there's a lot of problems with this mod, especially. I haven't recorded like all the games I've done with the bots, but just did this one before a few days, so that's why I didn't want to do this on that video, regardless. So the biggest problem with this is like bots are basically, let's say, teaming on you. Like if there's 2 bots, 3 bots, and regardless if you're full HP or not, bots are still going to target you. So that's really fucking bad usually at the end, because it's pretty hard to do a focus attack, and doing light attacks, it takes time to get them to be put in a combo or something. And not only that, like the majority of the bots have dagger. Those people cannot play with it against dagger, that's also a problem, but still. It's supposed to be hard. You cannot like complain about how they fight that much. But the biggest problem is bots are usually not fighting them between each other. So that's something that in all the other mods it's non-existent. It happens from time to time, but usually it's not like the case. And here, like, you're going to see in this X2 speed video that bots, like, they legitimately almost ignore each other. Or if I'm over there, like, they may hit each other, but as for like, I don't know if they like did something to fix it or I just had really bad luck. But in my first game, not one bot killed each other. I had, I believe, like 16-18 kills. Some bots died in the zone. And in the end, I was playing Valda. And the biggest problem over there was there were basically 10 people alive, plus me. So 10 bots and me. None of the bots were fighting each other, and I was constantly getting grappled or hit with range weapons. I believe I did like for 5 minutes more than 20k heals. Like, and that's not only the case, because as I said, even if you put somebody to almost 20% HP of the bots, it's not like they're going to target him. So that's a big problem that, in my opinion, they should fix. Because if they're going to be doing this, not like that, it's going to be quite a big of a challenge. Because it's almost like doing solo trios. And it's really unfortunate. As for everything else, I think the bots fight fine. But there's also like, usually you cannot like manage to use grapples on them. And if you're using GS, it's not like the best weapon you can use in this mode, so just keep this in mind. A lot of people complain that I've done like 5 games and I cannot win the game. Yeah, like, you probably won't win every game, but I would say regardless, if like, you just need to be able to run at the end and just wait it out for them taking damage from the zone, etc. Another like a thing that's a problem, in my opinion, is you're going to see it in this video at some point, but if you're sort of in the zone and you're trying to start to fight a bot, the bot is almost ignoring you and he's just trying to go to the zone. So that's one of the problems as well. If you start sort of to fight a bot in the zone, they should at least fight back. Because it's like basically they're trying to run, but you're constantly hitting them and they're ignoring you. So that's something they need to change. They also need to make it so bots can actually fight each other more. Because a lot of the times in the kill feed, maybe you're going to see 5-6 bots killing each other, and that's like, oh, Now I believe I had a game that I had 2 or 3 kills. Just like that, I was testing stuff. And I was a kill leader, so regardless if they're bots or not, like, this should be changed. As for weapons, you can play like whatever, what's not like GS, but dual blades, unis and katana is like the best thing you can do. Long sword as well, cause you can do focus attacks. As for like you releasing focus attacks and fighting the bots, I do believe that it's perfectly fine. They've made it good enough. There's like not a problem in that. After all, like the bot is going to do 1 to 3 or 1-2s and dodge. He's not like holding your focus, but if you want to release focus attacks on the bots, you need to be really careful. Like rather you put them in a skill or you sort of wait for them to try to parry and then you release. Like hold it at least for the second charge. If you release on first charge, you're 9% going to be parried. And I don't think like there's much more like, things they should be changing. They should make the bots fight when you're fighting them in the zone. They should make the bots at least target different people, not only you. For trios, it sort of goes the same way. For trios, like you basically need to play Z-Pink or Matari, like a hero you can escape with. If you try to play with something else, it still doesn't work very well. But as I'm speaking now, because I'm watching the video, I was just hitting a bot in the zone and he was ignoring me. So he said, now another one. Like, these things should be fixed. Like, if you're playing a real match, that's not something that's going to be happening in reality. And I don't think they can make it like that, but it will be nice if they can make the bots at least like to loot or in certain areas less trophies or something like that. Because the annoying part is that you have basically unlimited loot for yourself. That's a little bit too much. If you're playing like with a friend, then you go for duos or trios, regardless, for 2-3 people. 99% of the time you should be winning the games. If you don't, the mod is like, you're not ready for that. But otherwise, there's like 3 basic things they need to change for the mod, because it's a testing still. It's for 1 week for now. I don't know if they're going to have the mod for longer now. Don't know what's the testing period, but regardless, you should be aiming to try to do combos on the bots or do 1-2s and dodge, etc. Put them in uppercuts. But for everything else, just practice, don't get too greedy. They're also really good at dodging the grapples, and I'm not that good with Monk, regardless. I've never played this hero. Also, the bot should be able to loot more often, in my opinion. Because it's like they're using skills from time to time, but in reality, if you're like playing with top players or you're a top player and you just want to chill in the bot mod, like that's going to be a problem regardless. You do need to make it the mod as hard as possible, but making like 10-15 bots at the same time hitting you, it's like really annoying. I'm not saying they should or try to like fight each other, but it's going to be way better if like there's 5-6 bots around, not all of them go for you. Like these 2 of them to fight each other or go for the person with the lowest health. That in reality, right now you can say it's you. If you're constantly getting hit by a few bots, big problem. And the next thing is when you start the game, you have like 5 seconds to get a loot before a bot spawns almost next to you. So if you don't have anything, you're just trying to run from the bot. It's really annoying. But yeah, that's it for my take on it. They need to make bots fight each other. The loot should be a little bit fixed. As for the focus, the attacks, I don't think they should be changed. They're fine. They should make less bots use dagger, because a lot of players cannot play against dagger. Really annoying. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.